Our body, like everything else in our life, is a complete reflection of our thoughts and our belief systems. Every cell in our body responds to every thought we think and every word we speak. So, by these thoughts and belief systems, we create every so called illness in our body. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you are doing well. My name is Isha and I'm a life coach. And today, let's talk about self healing and why it is important. We all know that our body has the capacity and intelligence to self heal, such as when we have a cut on our hand, it heals itself in a few days, right? So, there is a natural intelligence in our body that brings our body back to what we call homeostasis, as in the ability of our body to maintain equilibrium and stability in all our body systems. And this is the very foundation of self healing. Our body's innate ability to restore balance, repair, and thrive from within. So, self healing is a process of addressing and resolving our own pains and sufferings. It's about taking responsibility of our well being and actively working towards our own healing. So, it does not mean we should completely rely on ourselves to heal. It's also about seeking the right support and resources that can aid us in our journey. Okay, you must have noticed that you took treatment for one or some other physical problem of yours, but after some time, it relapses or resurfaces again. Why does that happen? Because most of our physical pains and problems are the result of our thoughts and beliefs. So, unless we heal the root cause of the problem, treating only the symptoms will merely suppress it for a while, causing it to resurface later. So, self healing allows us to address any underlying issue that may be affecting us physically, mentally, or emotionally. And when we begin our own healing, we can let go of those negative patterns and behaviors that could be the real source of physical pain or discomfort you might be facing in your body. For example, when there's a problem with our eyes, it often reflects something in our life or home that we do not want to face or see. About, it could be about ourselves or our current circumstances. Our eyesight may be affected as a coping mechanism for what we are trying to suppress or ignore so that we don't have to see things clearly. Okay, in such cases, the issue is not with the eyes themselves, but with a deeper life issue that we are reluctant to see, acknowledge, or change. Okay, so often things happen to us and the generations before us that are still lying unprocessed in our bodies and getting triggered in our adulthood. So once we direct our attention towards healing our body through our mind now, we work on healing the illness from the root itself. Okay, so how do we find what needed to be healed? So, whether consciously or not, we usually adapt a coping mechanism with what needed to be healed in our body. It could be prescribed medications, self medicating in different ways, such as over shopping, overeating, smoking, alcohol, etc. So, there is a quote that stop your addiction and you will quickly find out why you are doing it, which simply means it will reveal what you are hiding behind that addiction or that habit. Okay, people around the world have healed cancer and other incurable diseases using the power of their mind by simply believing that healing is possible. And this belief in our ability to heal, support the physical recovery, help us to stay resilient through our doubts and reinforces that even chronic illnesses can be overcome. Okay, and remember, during the healing process, symptoms may initially intensify as the body begins to release and process those suppressed imbalances. Okay, this temporary flare up is often a part of body's natural detoxification and self regulation response before true healing begins. Okay, so before we dive in, it's important to understand that self healing isn't about quick fixes. It's about reconnecting with your body, your emotions, and your inner wisdom one step at a time. Okay? So, how do we start this self healing journey? Now, the first step to this self healing journey is self evaluation. Make a list of the parts of your life or self that you have been wanting to work on or change. And now that you have a list, assess what is a priority and what should be worked on first. This could be something that is currently causing you the most distress, sadness, pain, or anger. So it could be your knee pain, your shoulder pain, your backache, whatever is bothering you the most. Okay. And now comes the role of acceptance. It takes a lot of energy from our body now to suppress the pain that we are trying to ignore or avoid. So once there is acceptance and peace with what is, the body and the nervous system begins to relax. That's when true healing can start to unfold. Okay. Now the step two to self-healing journey is self-love and self-care. Now, once you have accepted your problem, go a little deep and ask, is there any part of your body that needs to be heard? You know, Often parts of us wants to be acknowledged and may cause pain just to get our attention. Okay, so for this, we sometimes need to create a dedicated space and time for this healing work, while also focusing on being present and enjoying each moment as best as we can. Okay, and our sensitivity can increase after healing in general, so more space may be needed. Okay, so honor this as best as you can. Find moments to reflect, but also to simply be in your life. Okay, and since we are working on soothing our nervous system now, self-care practices must be integrated into our lifestyle. Okay, now the third step to this self-healing journey is meditation and sending healing energy to your body part. Here I mean that meditate and send some healing energy to that part of your body just for half an hour a day, perhaps in the early morning or before going to the bed at night. Just sit with yourself in silence and send healing energy to that area. You can use a few affirmations like, my knees are completely healed and I release the mental block or belief that is causing this pain. Knee pain is often linked to a rigid or an inflexible mindset, as our knees symbolically represent flexibility in life. Okay, now, if you don't feel like digging too deep, that's totally fine. Simply sit in meditation and wholeheartedly repeat a few affirmations like, I release any limiting beliefs associated with my knee pain and my knees are completely healed now. Okay, focus your attention on your knees in a meditative state. You can use any relaxation meditation music available online to help you reach a deeper state of calm. Okay. Now, when you are in such a meditative state, now some past life experiences or old memories may resurface, and they could be the actual root of your knee pain. Okay, or your pain. So, in those moments, try to forgive and give closure to those past experiences that are still holding on. I have many videos on letting go that you can learn from, or you can search online for whatever resonates best with you. Okay, now, commit to this meditative practice for a few weeks or even months. Remember, these diseases or discomforts may have developed over years or even decades. So, don't expect them to disappear from the root in just a few days. Okay. And don't be disheartened if you don't see immediate results. Okay. As I mentioned earlier, suppressed emotions or issues will often resurface, which might make it feel like the illness is getting worse. But it's not. It's part of the healing process. This is where you must trust the journey completely. Okay, each cell in our body holds its own divine intelligence. So you just need to give it the space and the opportunity to do what it knows the best, which is to heal. Okay, we all have those traumas and suppressed emotions, which often manifested later as those chronic health conditions. So, as we begin the self healing journey, now many traumatic and painful experiences from the past may resurface. So, do not ignore them. Instead, just try to give those past situations a beautiful ending from your side and wholeheartedly accepting what is and forgiving what needs to be forgiven. Okay. Now, last but not the least, the final step to permanently heal the root causes is adopting a new lifestyle. For example, our migraines and headaches are often created by people who strive for perfection and place immense pressure on themselves. So, a lot of suppressed anger and a denied sense of self is involved here. So, the lifestyle shift needed here is to begin forgiving yourself, being kind and compassionate to yourself, and releasing those unrealistic expectations and flowing with life more gently. Okay. Uh, Cancer, on the other hand, is often linked to deep resentment held over a long period of time, along with those feelings of self pity, hopelessness, and harsh self-criticism. Okay, in this case, healing begins with accepting and loving yourself for who you are. Okay, so what activities you can incorporate in your daily lifestyle for self-healing? First, begin your day with meditation, which simply means sitting in silence with yourself and breathing practices. Secondly, daily gratitude and journaling, as it releases all the mind clutter that we are holding on to, and it allows us to shift our focus towards positivity and life satisfaction in general. Third, some physical activity like walk in nature, yoga, or anything that resonates with you. This really helps to release all the pent up energy and emotions which are not asked to carry. Okay. Fourth is nourishing your body with healthy food and a proper sleep hygiene, which involves prioritizing sleep, having a relaxed bedtime routine, and getting adequate sleep for your body each night. Okay. Now, the fifth step is practicing forgiveness and letting go of resentment. They are very important aspects of self healing. Why? Holding on to grudges and negative emotion can hinder our progress towards healing. Okay, so by practicing forgiveness from our heart, we release the negative energies deposited in that pain or discomfort areas and move forward with a positive mindset. Okay. Next is learn to set boundaries, which may involve saying no when necessary and prioritizing your own emotional well being. This is very important. Okay. Next point is taking a break when needed. So, whether it's taking a vacation, reading a book, simply taking a nap, self care and rest are essential for this self healing process. Okay. So, when you're on this aggressive healing journey, now just try to refrain from people and situations and places that carries those negative vibrations as you are more sensitive during this healing phase of your journey. Okay, just start small, build gradually, and do not overwhelm yourself. Okay, begin with just one or two practices you can easily integrate into your day. As they become habitual, add more techniques. Okay, one more thing I want to emphasize here is be a little selfish in your recovery journey, meaning spend enough time doing that inner work and meditation to heal yourself. You won't be able to help others unless you have healed yourself first. So be selfish for a while in order to become truly selfless. And this allows you to devote enough time to your healing. Take regular breaks to check in with yourself, with your body, with your emotions, and your thoughts. Okay. So forgiveness and self-love are the key here. When we do not know how to forgive and let go, all we need to do is to be willing to forgive, and the universe will take care of the house. Okay. You see, when we truly love and accept and approve of ourselves exactly as we are, everything in life starts working for us. Our health improves, our relationship becomes more fulfilling, and we begin to express ourselves more creatively without even trying. Okay, and some other modalities you can explore include Karuna Reiki healing, frequency music, which I have explained in detail in my course, Merging with Your Highest Self, right? Chakra healing, and various other energy based healing techniques that help address your core issues at an energetic level. Okay, self healing is not a miracle, it's biology. Your body is already equipped with an extraordinary system designed to repair, regenerate, and to restore balance. So, when you reduce stress, regulate your nervous system, and shift your mindset and nourish your body, you activate the natural healing mechanisms built into every cell of our body. So, just trust the process and be very patient with your recovery. With this, I wrap up today's session. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care and keep healing.